Welcome back to our YouTube channel. Port Charles is now welcoming a new actor, and this is creating exciting new storylines. These new storylines feel fresh, yet rooted in the kind of emotional drama that always made Port Charles so special to me. The way things are unfolding, with Z reaching out to Brennan, has me thinking deeply about how the writers are adjusting the canvas in such clever ways. It really shows they are listening to longtime fans while introducing new layers that shake everything up. What strikes me most is how Z's contact with Brennan serves as clear proof of these careful adjustments happening behind the scenes. I have seen many characters evolve over the decades, but this feels different. It is not just a simple phone call or meeting. It signals that bigger forces are at work, connecting old rivalries with fresh threats. For someone like me who remembers the glory days of complex alliances and betrayals, this move feels authentic. It reminds me of those tense moments in the 90s when one quiet decision could unravel years of carefully built power structures. I personally believe this contact is the writer's way of reminding us that no one in Port Charles ever truly disappears from the web of connections. Then there is the exciting news about Dean Geyer joining the show as Tristan Roberts. I have followed Dean's career for some time, and I think he is going to bring exactly the right energy to Port Charles. His arrival ties directly into the new adjustments we are seeing, especially the shocking events surrounding Robert. The way Tristan's story is being woven in creates this sense of impending disaster that has me on the edge of my seat. I keep asking myself, could this be the kind of revenge arc that changes everything for the Quartermain family and beyond? The answer seems to be yes, because Tristan is clearly preparing for an attack to avenge Robert's death. That kind of raw motivation, the deep grief turning into focused determination, feels so real to me as a longtime viewer. This vengeance plot has created a new obsession that is gripping the entire town. I have watched many characters seek justice over the years, but Tristan's approach feels more intense, more personal. He is not rushing in blindly. There is a calculated patience that makes me wonder how far he will go and who will get caught in the crossfire. My own view is that this obsession might actually heal some old wounds, even as it creates new ones. Robert was such an important figure, and seeing someone honor his memory this way touches my heart. It makes me reflect on how loss has always been the heartbeat of General Hospital, driving characters to their greatest moments and their darkest choices. What fascinates me even more is how Z fits into all of this. The hatred Z holds towards Sidwell and Cullum is becoming more evident with each passing episode. I can see the careful build-up in the writing, those subtle glances and loaded conversations that hint at deep history. Z's story with these two men feels like a powder keg waiting to explode. I have my own theory that this hatred stems from something even more personal than we have been shown so far, perhaps a betrayal that goes back further than most characters realize. Whether I am right or wrong about the exact details, the emotional truth of it comes through strongly. It proves that the writers are not afraid to dig into long, simmering conflicts. The possibility that Z has connections to Sasha adds another thrilling dimension. If this link exists, and I strongly suspect it does based on the clues we have seen, it could completely shatter the alliance between Sidwell and Willow. I have been watching Willow's journey with great interest, and lately her choices have taken a darker turn that worries me as a fan. Her crimes, the secrets she has been keeping, are slowly becoming a nightmare that she cannot escape. The way her alliance with Sidwell seems so fragile now makes me think the writers are setting up a major fall from grace. I have always believed Willow has good in her, but these recent actions have tested that belief. It is compelling drama, the kind that makes me root for redemption even while fearing the worst. I keep asking myself, will Sasha become the key that unlocks everything? The answer feels close at hand. If Z's involvement with Sasha is revealed, it will not just damage Sidwell and Willow's partnership. It might expose layers of corruption that have been hidden for too long. This creates such an exciting sense of momentum for the upcoming episodes. I can already imagine the confrontations, the tearful confessions, and the shocking revelations that are surely coming. As someone who has loved this show through many eras, I appreciate how these new adjustments respect the history while pushing the story forward. Tristan's readiness to strike feels connected to all of this in ways that keep me thinking long after the credits roll. His quest for justice for Robert is not happening in isolation. It seems to be stirring up the same waters that Z is navigating. The new shocks we are experiencing feel earned because they build on established relationships and old grudges. I have seen too many shows lose their way by introducing changes that feel random. But General Hospital is handling this beautifully. The disaster that seems to be approaching carries real emotional weight. One thing I particularly enjoy is how these storylines make me reflect on the nature of revenge and justice. Tristan's path might bring temporary satisfaction, but will it bring peace? I doubt it will be simple. Similarly, Willow's nightmare is of her own making, yet I cannot help feeling a touch of sympathy. That is what makes this show so special after all these years. It never lets us settle into easy answers. The characters remain complicated, just like real people. I am genuinely thrilled about where things are heading. The contact between Z and Brennan feels like the first domino falling in a long chain of events. Dean Geyer's Tristan Roberts is going to shake things up in the best possible way. The hatred, the revenge, the potential collapse of alliances, it all creates this wonderful tension that makes me look forward to each new episode with the same excitement I felt decades ago. There is something comforting about watching a show that still knows how to deliver these kinds of interconnected stories. The adjustments being made feel respectful of the show's rich history while giving us new reasons to care deeply. I find myself discussing these developments with friends who have watched just as long as I have, and we all agree that the current direction is promising. The upcoming shocks involving Tristan and Robert's memory are going to test many characters. I wonder how Anna will react when everything comes to light, or how Sunny might be drawn into the conflict. These questions keep me engaged, and I believe the answers will arrive in satisfying ways. The writers seem to understand that longtime viewers like me want payoff along with new mysteries. Z's role in all of this feels pivotal. The way the character moves between different factions, carrying that deep resentment towards Sidwell and Cullum, creates so many possibilities. If the connection to Sasha is real, it could be the catalyst that forces Willow to face the full consequences of her actions. I have seen many characters face their past mistakes on this show, and Willow's potential reckoning could be one of the most powerful. I truly believe we are in for some memorable television. The passion I have for General Hospital after all these years has only grown with these new developments. They remind me why I fell in love with the show in the first place, the way it weaves personal drama with larger conflicts, the way it makes us care about people who are flawed but still worthy of our attention. The sense of anticipation is strong right now. Every episode feels like it is building towards something significant. Tristan's attack, Z's hidden motives, Willow's crumbling world, it all promises the kind of exciting drama that keeps me coming back. I cannot wait to see how it all unfolds, and I know I will be watching with the same dedication I have always had. What stands out most right now is how these calculated changes are giving Carly the perfect opportunity to finally help free Jocelyn from the dangerous situations she has been entangled in. I have watched Carly fight for her children with fierce determination through the years, and this latest development feels like a natural evolution of her character. She is not acting recklessly, but seizing a smart, strategic moment that could bring real relief to Jocelyn. In my opinion, this is exactly the kind of motherly strength that has always made Carly so compelling. This new adjustment is also intensifying a powerful new obsession that is rising fast across the canvas. I keep asking myself, what will this growing fixation lead to? The answer seems clear. More emotional confrontations and higher stakes that keep us glued to the screen. As someone who has seen countless obsessions play out in Port Charles, this one feels particularly heated because it ties directly into themes of protection and justice. Carly's efforts to liberate Jocelyn are feeding into this rising obsession, creating layers of tension that promise explosive payoffs in the coming weeks. Then there is the trouble brewing with Z, who is emerging as the key figure set to destroy both Sidwell and Cullum. I have followed Z's careful moves, and the evidence is building that this character possesses both the motive and the means to bring them down. The deep hatred Z carries is no longer simmering quietly. It is turning into decisive action that could wipe out their influence once and for all. This development has me reflecting on how long-simmering grudges eventually reach their boiling point. I personally believe Z's role as the destroyer feels earned after all the subtle hints we have seen. It is not random revenge, but a calculated reckoning that adds tremendous weight to the story. Of course, Z's plan to eliminate Sidwell and Cullum is stirring up an entirely new war in Port Charles. I can already sense the alliances shifting and old rivalries reigniting. Will this conflict pull in Tristan Roberts and his own quest for justice? I think the answer is yes, and it will make the coming episodes incredibly intense. The new war feels inevitable and exciting because it threatens to reshape power structures that have grown too comfortable. As a longtime fan, I appreciate how the writers are balancing personal vendettas with larger battles. It keeps the drama rich and relatable. What fascinates me is how Carly's opportunity to free Jocelyn weaves perfectly into Z's destructive path. These threads are not separate. They are converging in ways that create delicious complications. Carly might find unexpected allies or dangerous enemies as Z moves forward. My own view is that this intersection will force Carly to make some of her toughest choices yet, testing her growth while reminding us why she remains one of the show's most dynamic figures. I have always admired her resilience, and this storyline only deepens that respect. The rising obsession and the brewing war have injected a wonderful sense of urgency into the show. Every episode now feels like it carries the potential for major revelations. Will Z succeed in taking down both men without losing everything in the process? How far will Carly go to protect Jocelyn amid the chaos? These questions linger in my mind, and I am confident the answers will satisfy longtime viewers like me who crave meaningful consequences and emotional depth.